So this is the interview with a musician for a Rockdown group project. I'm Camden, and this is Jamie Sargent. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Jamie Sargent. I'm a guitarist. I've played in a couple bands and done some acoustic stuff as well. I'm doing a production course at the moment at uni.
So you've managed to do a lot of music in your life then, like ever since what, college or before then?
Since year 3, I was before that I was doing some recorder stuff, just messing around. I ended up at home creating random melodies, and my mum bought me a guitar and started guitar lessons in year 3. Joined the school in year 5, and then continued that for a couple of years. Then I went in King John, year 7 stuff. I had done guitar lessons, done music course, GCSE there. Then went on to college to do a performance course where I played in my first band, which was quite fun. We hosted a few gigs and stuff, and I hosted my own gig on the side. So yeah, it was quite fun.
So pretty much all your life you've been quite musical then, like ever since like you said year 3.
Yeah.
So is there any like particular reason? Like were your like parents really into music, or have you just like always just found that connection with music?
Yeah, so I know my mum used to play the flute. She doesn't anymore, but so she did used to be musical. Then my dad played in an orchestra, I think it was the Royal Albert Hall he played in at some point, and so yeah, it's always been musical and been playing music all the time when I was growing up.
So did they inspire you sort of thing? Like the music they listen to, is that the similar sort of things that you listen to, or have you grown up like diverted from what they listen to?
Definitely not my mum. She listens to Coldplay, but no, my dad. Yeah, some of the stuff, like the rock stuff, I've kind of got into, and now literally just like in the last few months, I've been listening to stuff he's been listening to for ages that's not rock, like Santana and Gorillaz and stuff that isn't rock. So yeah.
So with the whole like pandemic and lockdown, have you missed playing live music? Is there any like any periods of time that you'd go back to, like at college when you like said you were doing like gigs and stuff? Would you go back to that, or it's been nice just having a bit of time off on it?
Yeah, you can't beat playing live. The last few months running up to lockdown was the most gigs I've ever done. I've done like multiple every month. I mean, none were paid anything, so it was a small band, but just playing so many local gigs, and then just the feeling of getting up there playing guitar, having it really loud and stuff. I miss it. It's been so long now, and that's a very unique feeling.
Is there any like particular like maybe like one bar or club that you played that like really sort of like sticks with you? Like any particular moments?
Yeah, there's two specific places. The only places I've played live, the Railway Hotel and Chimneys, both in Southend. The Railway Hotel is getting on a bit. It's quite old and ceiling like falling down and stuff. But in my outside of college band, we done every single gig there, about 4 in the space of 2 months, and they hosted gigs so often and let bands that no one knew play them. It was really good. And then Chimneys, I hosted my own gig there. Got 3 sporting bands and mine headlined. So that was my first headlining gig, and I hosted it as well, which was something very new, a learning experience.
Yeah, but is it something you do again?
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
That was being able to host a gig and pick all the bands and stuff is so cool.
So if like you say, it's a thing that you do again, is it a thing that you're sort of kind of planning for when we're all out of this like lockdown, you're able to play again, or is it like a thing because you're sort of new to the area and we've all been a bit sheltered, you've not really met any of the like bands and stuff that you can sort of organise something like that yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would have done more, but because of lockdown, like now I'm up in London and I'm doing my production course. I don't really have time to do it. And being back down at Southend, they're very good for like local musicians and people that aren't popular at all. Literally zero following can play. Up here, I haven't really seen anything for live music, especially because of COVID, and yeah, there isn't really any opportunities at the moment for any of that.
Yeah, definitely. Within the lockdown, obviously you said you've had a lot more time to yourself and more time like just inside. You discovered any new music that you particularly like, any new like genres, or have you just sort of stuck with what you usually listen to?
Yeah, well, it's not really discovering new, it's listening back to stuff my dad has played before. So like I've heard this music before, but I haven't chosen to listen to it my own time, and I've kind of experimented in stuff I knew of but hadn't fully listened to before. Like lots of acoustic stuff. I've been enjoying a lot more now in lockdown.
Well, thank you for that. It's been a brilliant interview, very insightful. And I wish you a lot of luck next year, especially recording. Hopefully, you get to go out and play again.
Hope so.
Right, thank you very much.
Lovely. That wasn't that bad.